Okay. We need this today for sure. So let's start laying down on our backs. And let's make sure you're comfortable. So be supported in any way that you need. You can bend your knees. You can use a blanket or a cushion. So let's take a few moments here to just take some nice, deep, cleansing breaths. I know emotions are really high right now. Just watching the news is enough to make you anxious. So let's just try really hard right here and right now to just let go of some of the worries that we might have about next week. And know that today is a precious gift. And we're just going to enjoy the present moment that we have in our practice and with each other. So soften the muscles around the face. Relax the jaw. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. And just feel the nice rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe. So you just want to breathe deeply and with awareness in through the nose and out of the mouth. And then from here, we're just going to gently hug the knees into the chest. So we want to draw the knees in so that you can lengthen your spine. So when you pull the knees in, you'll notice your low back lifts, and then when you bring it back down, it's been lengthened. So just trying to give your low back a little space. You can rock left to right. You can make some circles with the knees, moving in one direction and then the other. And then we're just going to take the feet up towards the ceiling. You can point and flex the feet. You can make some circles. We'll take the arms up overhead. Just feel what you feel in the shoulders. Try to find a lengthened spine, opening up the rib cage. You can have a soft bend in the knees. You can have a soft bend in the elbows. So we'll take a few deep breaths, moving with breath. As you inhale, reach the arms back, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. And let's do 3 more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Last one like this. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug it in. We're going to take both feet down to the floor. Feet are going to be mat width apart. You're just going to winter wiper the legs left to right. This is also starting to lengthen your spine. So you'll feel a nice stretch going through the back, especially if when you go over to one side, you take the inside knee and really push it away from the hip. That'll lengthen your spine and open up the low back. Let your low back lift off the floor. Just keep your shoulders down. Just keep breathing with ease. And then we'll come back to center. We're just going to take the right foot up towards the ceiling and interlace your hands behind the right thigh. So you're going to pull the shoulders down away from the ears. We'll let the left leg go straight. You can point and flex the right foot. You can make some circles with the ankle. And if you'd like to, you can lift your head off the floor and walk your hands a little higher up the leg, but you don't have to. So you can stay right where you are, or you can draw the belly down and walk the hands up. Tuck your chin so that you get a nice stretch in the back of the neck, lengthening the spine from the center of the spine up through the neck. Relax the shoulders, draw the belly down, and be able to breathe with ease here. So it's up to you if you want the head up or down. Maybe you bring it up for a few breaths and then you lower it back down for a few. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll come into a figure four. So we're going to let the right ankle cross over the left leg above the knee. Start by a gentle left to right with the shape of your legs. Again, we're trying to lengthen the spine and we're releasing tension in the low back. So just this little movement of taking the whole shape of your legs side to side. You're using the weight of the legs, a gentle pull to open up the low back. And then when you come back to center, we'll reach for the back of the left thigh. Draw the left knee in towards your left shoulder and begin to focus on your hip. So think about if maybe you carry tension in your hips. Notice what this feels like, what part of the hip you can feel. And then you just want to breathe deeply to try to find softness in the pose. So we come into the pose to the deepest point, the deepest expression, maybe feeling a tiny bit of discomfort as you feel where you're tight, and then just breathe through. We'll take one more full breath in here. And then as you exhale, just gently let your right foot come down to the mat. Left foot reaches up towards the ceiling. Your interlaced hands stay where they are behind the left thigh. You can point and flex the left foot. You can make circles. You can let the right leg go straight. So just pause here. Lengthening the back of the leg will help ease away any tightness in the low back. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Option to lift the head and upper back off the floor while you tuck your chin and draw the belly down. Keep the elbows soft and shoulders relaxed. This is just an option. You don't have to take it. So just be able to breathe deeply. Full breaths in through the nose and out of the mouth. Staying connected to this present moment, just right here, not worrying about later. Just right here, right now. Take one more full breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the right knee. Left ankle crosses over the right leg, right above the knee, and then just gently left to right with the shape of your legs. You can start off small and then get a little bit bigger. Let your low back lengthen. So let the spine feel like it gets a little bit longer as the legs go to one side. And then when you come back to center, we'll reach for the back of the right thigh. We'll draw the right knee into the chest and a little bit over to the right. Trying to keep the face relaxed, relax through the neck and throat. Relaxing through the shoulders. Bring your awareness to the hip for a moment. Just notice what you're feeling. And then try to have a release by just breathing out fully. So take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let the left foot come down, the right foot come down. Inhale, just reach the arms up overhead. Take a full breath in as you lift the knees, draw them into the belly. And then exhale, just reach your hands for your shins. And then we're going to transition here to come up to seated. So take your time to press yourself up or rolling up. We're not going to stay here too long, but be comfortable. So if you need to sit up a little higher, lengthening the spine a little bit more, you can. So feel your spine tall, crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling, hips are grounded down. So we're just going to find the core a little bit here. So as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, the left hand is going to reach behind you but not touch the floor. The right hand is reaching across for the outside of your knee, but it's not touching the knee. So your hands aren't touching anything. You're going to inhale, lengthen your spine as you relax your shoulders. As you exhale, just start to turn your body to the left. So notice what muscles are working here to turn the body. Muscles in the front, muscles in the back and the sides. Everything's working together. So 2 more breaths. You inhale to relax and lengthen the spine. Exhale to deepen the twist without using your hands. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And then from here, relax the hands down. Your right hand is going to hold on to the left knee. Your left hand is just going to reach up and side lean over. So you're lengthening through the left side of the body, opening up the rib cage, trying to open the low back. Just breathing here. If you'd like to feel a little bit more in your core, you can lift your right hand. It hovers off the right knee. Belly draws in. So this is a lot of strength here for the core and around your spine. Take 1 more full breath in. I can see Dawn's doggy. And then come back to center. Cross the arms. So your left arm lands on top of the right arm. Bring the palms of the hands together or the backs of the hands together, whatever you can reach. Shoulders drop down, elbows forward, fingertips up, pinkies forward. Tuck the chin and then sway left to right with the shape of your arms. You're releasing tension in the shoulders. You're opening up the space between the shoulder blades. So just getting into the mid to upper back a little bit and the shoulders. So really pressing the elbows away from you will help get a little bit deeper of a release. We're going to take a deep breath in at the center as you reach your fingertips up. And then as you exhale, hug the elbows into the belly, round the back. Let the head hang heavy. Breathe into your back. So feel your back expand as you breathe in. And let your shoulders relax as you breathe out. And then use your next inhale to come up. Undo the arms. Shake them out a little bit. And then we'll do the other side. So inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, the right hand comes behind you, does not touch the floor. Left hand reaches across, does not touch the knee. 3 breaths here. So inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Notice how you're twisting here. What part of the body is engaging to twist? Inhale, recognize the shoulders, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhaling and exhaling. Left hand will rest on the knee. Right hand reaches up, side lean over. So just feel the stretch in your back, in the sides. Maybe you lean your top shoulder back a little bit. That right shoulder leans back, soft elbow. You can lift your left hand off of the leg if you'd like. Drawing the belly in, able to breathe. And then just come back up to center. Let your right arm land on top of the left. Bend the elbows, fingertips lift. Maybe the backs of the hands touch. Maybe the palms touch. And these little adjustments here. Pull the shoulders down gently. Elbows forward. Fingertips up. Pinkies forward. Don't worry if your palms don't touch. It doesn't mean your arms are too short. It just means your shoulders are tight. So we're just going to breathe into the shoulders here. Left to right, a little bit of a sway. Feeling the space between your shoulder blades. Feeling all around the shoulder joint. Trying to release tightness and tension here. And then when you come back to center, inhale, fingertips lift. And exhale, just hug everything in and down. Let the head drop, shoulders relaxed, elbows towards the belly. Round through the back. Breathe into the back. Take a full breath in. And then a full breath out. Let's release the arms. Make your way back up. And then you can roll the shoulders out a little bit. Shake out the arms if needed. And then we're going to transition here onto hands and knees and come right into child's pose. So using child's pose here, the first child's pose, we're going to have the big toes touch. Knees can be either hip width apart or a little bit wider. Forehead comes down. You can do whatever you'd like with your arms. They can be behind you or they can be in front. But I want you to think about your hips sinking heavy towards your heels. That weight of the hips is going to lengthen your spine and relax the low back. Forehead grounds down. Shoulders can come away from the ears unless your hands are behind you. Then your shoulders are fine coming towards your ears. When you breathe deeply here, notice the expansion and where you feel that. A few really nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up onto hands and knees. Bring the knees to parallel. So the knees are underneath the hips. Wrists are underneath your shoulders or a little bit in front. And we're gently going to move the spine with your breath. This is really good for the spinal fluid to move through the body with awareness. So as you inhale, curl your toes under. A gentle drop of the belly and soft elbows. Lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back, push the floor down, tops of the feet relax. Inhale, curl the toes under, Chest drops, chin lifts. Exhale, tuck and round. This should feel really good for your back. Take the time to move with awareness. So we're not just coming into this pose that we've done a million times, but really feel what it feels like to move the spine with your breath. We're going to come back to neutral spine and we're going to step the right foot forward. So feel free to use blocks underneath the hands, but we're going to let the right knee be over the right ankle. You're going to scoot your left knee back and let your hips sink heavy. So we're getting deep into the left hip flexor here. So people who often talk about having pain or tightness in their low back, hip flexors can relate to that. So we're going to try to get deep into the hip flexor here just by using the weight of the hips to drop your left hip down. And just pause here and breathe. So we're getting deep into that hip flexor. And then we're just going to add a little bit of movement. We're going to inhale, lift the chin, open up through the chest. So just try to create a little space here. And then as you exhale, just pull the hips back to give your hip flexor a break. Inhale, come forward, drop the hips. Exhale, pull back, drop the head. One more time, just like that. Inhale and exhale, pull back. So coming back to forward, we're going to keep focusing on that left hip flexor, but we're going to add on the right hip joint. So bring your right hand now to the inside of your right foot. Turn the right toes to 2 o'clock and roll to the pinky side. Now you're opening your right hip joint as well as the left hip flexor. You can sway left to right. You can come down low onto forearms if you want to. Maybe just the left forearm. You can take your right hand on your right knee and just try to feel some length, reaching the crown of the head away from your tailbone. If you're feeling super flexible, maybe you want to bend your left knee and reach your right hand back for your left foot. I'm not feeling super flexible right now. My hip flexors are so tight. Oh, so just breathe here. Take a moment. So we're going to take one more full breath in here. As you exhale, you're going to come onto your left hand. If you're not on your left forearm, come up onto your left hand. You're going to start to turn your torso to the right and roll to the outside of your left foot. Sliding your right foot along your mat so it lands in front of your left knee. And then you're just going to push your foot down as your hips lift. So you're on the outside of your left foot. Your right foot is on the floor in front of your thigh or your hip. You can stay right here and lift your right hand, or you can take your right foot and place it on top of the left. So you can keep that foot in front if you need to, or you can stack. It's up to you. Breathe deeply. Draw the belly in, take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, right hand comes down, both knees come down. I'm going to take my knees together, feet together, hips are going to come down, and now I'm going to let my hands rest by my feet. So relax your wrists, you can make some circles, relax the shoulders. You can let them come by your ears. You can roll your forehead left to right. If anybody gets tension, headaches, or migraines, it's really nice to be able to press your forehead down into the mat. Let the weight of the head
Release any tension in the back of the neck. Take a few really nice deep breaths here. Check in with yourself. Do you have a million thoughts running around in your head, disrupting your practice? Or is your mind quiet? And if you need help quieting down the chatter, let the eyes be closed, ground down and feel the forehead, and breathe. Take one more full breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to make our way back up onto hands and knees. Widen the knees so that they're parallel. We'll take 3 breaths here. Curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. This should feel really good in the spine. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, curl the toes under. Open the front of the body. Exhale, open the back. One more time. Nice and slow, so not rushing through cat-cow, just giving yourself a moment to feel every movement you make. Coming back to center, we're going to let the left foot step forward, so the left foot is up between your hands. Move your back knee back a little bit, and then take the weight of your legs and of your hips and sink down. So feel the hip flexor here. That you can even feel it with your hand. Mine feels like a metal chain. It is so tight. So just breathe through. Let the weight of the hips work to help your hip release. Try to relax in the back. So when we open the hips, you can often feel this through the back. So just let your low back relax. And then we're going to give the hip flexor a little break. Take a deep breath in as you look forward, open the chest, and then exhale, pull back with the hips, tuck the chin. Inhale, hips go forward and down as you lift the chin. Exhale, pull back. One more time, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to forward. You're going to bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. You're going to turn your left toes to 10 o'clock. Roll to the pinky side. So you can decide what you want to do here. You can keep your hands on the floor. You can come down to both forearms. Maybe you have just your right forearm and you take your left hand on the inside of your left knee. You can sway left to right a little bit. Maybe you bend your right knee and reach your left hand back for the foot. I just like to throw that out there in case somebody wants to do that. I don't want to do that right now. So just breathing here. The hips carry so much stress, anxiety, physical tightness. Just let it go. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. If you're on your forearms, you're going to come up onto your hands. You're going to kind of roll to the outside of your right foot, turning your torso to the left. You're going to slide your left foot back so that it's kind of in line with your hip, and then you're going to lift your right hip as you're on the outside of your right foot. So hips are lifted. You can stay just like this and lift your left hand, or you can stack your left foot on top of your right foot. Try not to let your body sag down. You want to lift. And then you're breathing. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Draw your belly in. The muscles around the spine are engaged. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come on down. Child's pose. Hands in front or back. It's up to you. Catch your breath. So maybe your breath got a little bit choppier or shorter. Maybe you roll left to right here with the forehead. Let's just take a few really nice deep breaths here on our own. Take one more really nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Slowly make your way up onto your hands and knees. You're going to curl your toes under, walk your hands back to your knees, roll onto the bottoms of your feet. Knees are bent, belly is resting on your thighs. Hold on to opposite elbows and just hang. Knees are bent a lot, especially if you have a tight low back. Let the weight of the head release the neck. Let the oxygenated blood flow from the heart to the brain. Maybe you sway left to right. And then slowly, you're going to walk your hands gently up the legs, taking your time to come up to stand. So take your time here. I'm going to adjust my camera slightly. Okay. My head is still a little bit off. Hold on one sec. Move this back a little. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale out. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more full breath in. And a full breath out. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways here because it's easier to see. You're going to ground down onto your left foot. And we're going to lift the right knee. Just going to pause here. Finding the strength, soft bend in the left knee so that you can really ground down through the foot. You're going to take your left hand and place it on the outside of your right knee, but gently. So you can just hold on underneath the knee, gently. And then using the muscles that we did when we were seated, you're going to turn your torso to the right and take your right hand behind you. If you would like to ease up on your left hand a little bit, you can. Maybe you're just holding on, but you're not really pushing. You want to use the muscles in your core to get that twist. Really healthy for the spine here, lengthening the spine. Weight bearing down on your left leg. And then continuing to balance, you're going to come back to center. Take your hands in front of your heart center. Take your right foot, reach it back. Oh my gosh, my balance is so crazy off today.
Back foot is back, hands are at your heart center. Holding on to a wall if you need to. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, come on up. Right foot comes down. Shake out the left. Whew, every day is different. I know for me, if I have a lot going on in my mind or in my head, it's really hard to balance. You may not even realize what's going on until you come into that balancing pose and you're wobbling all over the place. Okay, right foot grounds down. Left knee is going to lift. So just pause here. The right hand is going to reach across, holding on underneath the knee, and then just start to turn your torso to the left. Let your left hand reach behind you. Really pull the belly in and turn from your core. Be able to breathe. Take one more full breath in. And then as you exhale, we're slowly going to transition back to center, hands at your heart center, and then a modified warrior 3, which means hands stay where they are. Left foot goes back, it's flexed, all 5 toes pointed down, really working the muscles and the bones and the joints in your right leg. Take a deep breath in, and then slowly come on out gracefully. Left foot comes down, shake out the right. Whew, I need to work on my balance a little bit more. Okay, we're going to come to the long way of your mat and stand with your feet wide. We're going to turn the heels in, toes out, bend the knees, reach your hands out to the sides, bend your elbows. Oh, Vanessa and Dave facing each other. You guys are so cute. Okay, so your bellies are in. Oh, high five! Super cute. Okay, nice and low, nice and strong in the legs. Spine is tall. You're going to lift your right heel. You're going to lower your right heel. You're going to lift your left heel. Little lower in your hips. Shoulders are relaxed. Lower down that heel. We're going to lift both heels. Both heels are lifted. Hips are strong. Spine is lengthened. Lower down a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, hands come onto the hips. Heels come down. Legs go straight. Feel free to move your hips left to right. We're going to turn the toes back to be parallel. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Reaching your hands down to the floor or a block. If you need to widen your feet a little bit, you can. If you need to have your knees bent a little bit, you can. Take a moment here, relax the head and neck. Right hand stays where it is, moving with your breath. Inhale, lift the left hand, turn the body to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, right hand, turn the body. Exhale, down. Move with your own breath, inhaling. This is windmill pose. We're getting a lot of length in the spine. Releasing tension in the low back. Hips are strong. Engaging the core to do the twist. Creating energy here. One more both sides. So inhaling. Exhaling down. Inhaling to lift.
and exhaling down. And then from here, we're going to heel toe the feet together towards each other. And then come down, bend the knees, come down onto one knee and then the other. Come onto your left hip, swing the legs around to the front, and make your way down onto your back. So come down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Give that low back that nice release. You can make some circles with the knees. Just massaging out that low back. Then we're going to take the feet down to the floor, knees are bent. So without changing anything, just notice your low back. So my low back in this pose is not on the floor. I have a little gentle arch in my low back. Maybe yours is flatter down to the floor, but I'm guessing that there's a little bit of space. So if you had a piece of paper under there, I could pull it out. So keeping your body the way that it is without making any other adjustment, I just want you to feel like you want to press your low back down so that if you did have a piece of paper there and I went to pull it, it wouldn't come out. So let go of that movement. See where you are there, and then see if you can press your back down. So notice what that feeling is like. You can do it a few times. For me, to describe it, I could say I'm drawing my belly button towards the lower part of my rib cage. So I'm trying to draw my pelvis towards the rib cage. It's drawing that in and up. Keeping your spine just like that. Relax through the neck. Keeping your spine just like that, hands are down. I want you to just lift your pelvis. So it's not going to go high and then lower. Keep your back down on the floor. Inhale, lift. So your pelvis is lifting, but you still have that engagement in your low back. Exhale, lower. It's really good for the muscles in your low back here. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So when you lower, try not to lose that pressing down. You don't want to have that piece of paper be able to be pulled out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So you're not coming up very high. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now relax the back. Let that natural arch be there in the back so that I can pull that paper right out. Move your feet a little bit wider. They're going to come mat width apart, making sure you're centered on your mat. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, legs are going to fall over to the right and they're going to stay there. So your shoulders are down. Your right leg is just open. Your left knee is pressing down and away from your left hip. You're stretching the whole quad, hip flexor, hip, low back, rib cage, belly. Breathe here. So you are actively taking that left thigh and you're reaching it away. You're lengthening your spine, releasing tension in the low back. And often people who feel tight backs have a tight quad. So this is opening up the whole top of your thigh. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, completely relax, come back to center. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, both legs fall over to the left. So just feel what you feel here. Shoulders are down. Then you're going to press your left knee away from you, almost like you're trying to press it towards your left foot. So I'm sorry, did I say left knee? I meant your right knee. So your right knee is maybe reaching towards your left foot or the left front corner of your mat. You have an arch in your back. You're lengthening your spine. This is not a back bend. This is a gentle, natural curve in your spine, and you're trying to create space in between the bones. If it feels like too much, then just ease back a little bit. You don't have to push so far with the right knee. Just ease back. Let your hips come back a little. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, come back to center. And then we're going to ground that back down onto the floor as you hug the knees into the chest. Knees are going to go wide, happy baby pose. You can hold on to your ankles or your feet. Push your tailbone down. Shoulders relax away from the ears. You can sway left to right if you want. Feel free to close the eyes here for a moment. Thinking about releasing any last bit of tension from the shoulders, hips, and low back. Take a full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's release. Take your time to transition your body into Shavasana, using any props that you might need or any modifications to let your body feel supported. Once you're there, take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale with force out of the mouth. And then just let your breath return to normal. Let the back of your body feel supported by the floor beneath you. The front of the body be light. Let the chatter in the mind be quiet. Let your breath just flow with ease. It is very easy to get caught up in the chaos of the world right now. All you need to do is open a newspaper or your computer or put on the news for about 30 seconds and then you're in it. So just taking this time here to realize that you do have control over your thoughts. And you can take the time to think about those things and what's going on in the world when you want to. And then you can stop thinking about that when you want to. So try not to let the chaos of the world consume your thoughts. Instead, focusing on your own personal goals, whether it's your daily to-do list, your weekly goals. Take this time to set an intention for yourself, to know that you can accomplish great things if you set your mind to it. Create the thoughts you want to think. which will inspire you to achieve your goals. So take the last moment or two here from your practice to maybe set a little goal for yourself. It could be something small, like I'm going to take a walk today. It can be something a little bit bigger, like I need to declutter my whole house. Just set reasonable goals within a reasonable time frame, and then do it. I wish I had set the goal at the beginning of the quarantine to teach 100 classes and post them on YouTube. And I didn't, but I've accomplished that goal anyway. Today is our 100th class. So take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Begin to bring some small movements back into the body. And then slowly and gently transition out of Shavasana. Whenever you're ready, take your time. And then we'll come up to a comfortable seated position. And just let the eyes be closed for a moment. And we'll take the right hand over your heart, the left hand over your right hand. And remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, but we're here for each other. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.